Today I am on the road in Beipu and Emei in search for Oriental beauty. This is nannuoshan, I'm Gabriele. I am actually already quite happy with the Dong Fan Mei Ren that I found in the previous days, both affordable and high-end, but since I am in this region and this is the place for Oriental beauty, I thought looking around. As a matter of fact, since this is the most famous area, is also the most pricey, so I don't expect great deals, but you never know. Better look around. The first tea that we are having is from yesterday actually, so it is not yet bug-bitten, but they told us that they have to produce Oriental beauty also in this time of the year to reach the needed quantity. This is the tea. It's still a little bit wet, they are not completed the drying completely. And the taste is fairly okay, but it doesn't have those honey sweetness and florality as a bug-bitten summer tea. This is the last year tea from the summer, so this is bug-bitten, and I have it here already in the cup to try. There is certainly a difference with respect to the previous one. The tasting was really interesting because we have two different type of Oriental beauty. It is the first time that I try an Oriental beauty not bug-bitten. Now it's not exactly the same cultivar. This one here, the not bug-bitten, is Tai Cha number 17 by Lu, while the bug-bitten from last year summer, it is a Yixing Dapan. Nonetheless, you can see the difference in taste, what the bugs really make. Like this honey floral fragrance is just not there in the first one. So I couldn't really say the whole truth inside because the son of the owner could speak a little bit of English. Both those teas were really not good, but it was a good experience to taste the difference between a bug-bitten and not bug-bitten. They were selling last year's summer tea for 10,000 Taiwan dollar per gin, which is crazy high, and it was really much worse than other tea I've tried in the past days. Yeah. They were like 3-4 times cheaper. So I would say let's go to the next place and see what there is around here. We came to another place and it is a bit more friendly, more open in giving information. They have both tea from last summer and last winter, both bug-bitten, and they are also very open in telling us exactly what cultivar they use. They point out they use only Yixing Dapan and not the 17, which is not the authentic one. This specific tea is a little bit above our budget. We made him aware, and nonetheless he said we can taste it just as a friend. We are tasting now two different teas that are a little bit more affordable. This is the cheapest of the two, and this is slightly more expensive. They are both from last year. This is actually interesting because they don't have as much honey as the previous one, which was a bit more expensive. Between the two, the most expensive one is okay, but is relatively flat, while I actually like pretty much the cheapest of the two, the cheaper of the two, but it's just not a classic Dong Fan Mei Ren. It's just extremely sweet and floral, but there is a little bit of body and honey missing. But we have to see, this is just the first brew. Let's see how it goes. We are at the second brew. Of course, the color is much stronger and the taste more intense. I just tasted the most expensive of the two, and now I'm going for the cheaper. And I still favor the cheaper actually between the two. It has a tiny bit of very little bitterness, very little, but it is more floral in taste. What do you think? Taste this. You can tell?
I'm the tea newborn.
Take a little bit, a big quantity in your mouth, not just a little sip. Just take a lot and pass it through. And it's not a matter of thinking too much, you know, just pass it into your mouth and you think what is best for you. And you do the same with this one, but not just a little sip, just drink it. Is anyway, Oriental Beauty is not bad for your stomach, you can drink a lot. No difference?
这个比较有花香吗？为什么我觉得还好？
So you say that this is more floral?
有吗？
这一支来说的话，我们是才做出来，我还没有做节制，所以
哦，我觉得这个感觉香气比较重，
这火味配火味稍微重。
哦，
就是
I mean that this one is like stronger for me. This one is not.
Okay, for me it's the other way around.
配火味有。
哦。
For me, this one, the more expensive one, is more delicate. But
This one 哪一个比较贵？是这个。This one is more expensive.
Ah, it's the other way around. Are you sure? I thought this one was cheaper.
Because this one like it needs like second dry,
Yeah.
second roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is already ready to sell.
Yes.
Yeah. So this one is like stronger. This one not.
For me, it's not
need to
stronger.
like
For me, this
be
is lighter.
delicate.
For me, this is lighter.
这两支茶来说的话，这一支产的比较长，这一支比较细，比较短。因为有着原料的茶叶它是不会长大的。
哦。
所以这些环节其实我们会。
所以尝起来是这个比较浓。
这一支会比较含水量比较高。
More water
会蜜味会比较好。
And more honey and flour.
这一支是因为它已经准备好。
More water. What does it mean?
这个是比较含水，哪一个含水量比较高？
这一支。
This is like more water in the leaf.
More water in the leaf. But no, it's not one more water because it is still too dry. Also, this place didn't convince me at all. We tried several teas. The quality was not going along with the price. And also the information that we received were somewhat misleading or contradicting each other. On one side, they were saying they sell their tea very quickly, even before they produce it, but they still had tea from last year. Then they had the tea from last year that was not even yet completely processed, completely roasted. For Oriental Beauty, that doesn't seem right. We asked for a sample for just 6 grams to take with us at home and do a tasting in the evening. Also there they said, oh no, we cannot give you the tea, but we can discuss the price if you want. So let's move on. But I really think that my friends in Taipei were right here when they were saying that in this area producers are a little bit too arrogant because they know they can sell their tea relatively quickly at high price.
没有一等，他
你说一花，
一花是我们比赛最基本的入围的，但是你如果没有达到那个品质送去比赛，它就会被打掉，就淘汰。
If you didn't like reach one flower quality, then basically you cannot join the competition. Yeah, so it's like basic.
对。
How many flowers there are?
有几个花？
再上去就2花、3花，然后3花上去就是有3等、2等、头等。在特等。
1, 2, 3 flowers, then 然后
3等。
then grade 3, grade 2, grade 1.
Okay.
然后呢？
头等，然后就是第一名就是特等。
And the special one.
Wow.
So like 7
grades. Okay.
7
different grades.
但是
这个就3花了。
好。
这个3花。
3 flowers.
This is for 3 flowers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Now we like drink the first.
Okay.
哪一个花？哦，3
3
flowers。
flowers. And who does the evaluation of the flowers?
这个标准是谁定出来啊？
评审啊，就是茶叶改良厂的评审。
Oh, yeah, they have judges to make the standards.
Okay. So it is a competition in Emei?
是在新竹而已吗？还是全台湾？
这个是我们新竹县的比赛，我们新竹县的比赛，对
，OK，
我们这个点数跟比赛的那个形态是最大型的，就量是最大的。
Biggest one in Taiwan, yeah, because in other
from
countries
here,
they
yeah.
also like have competition.
Makes sense.
对，
And 这个是多少钱？
这个就是1斤3500的。
3500。
对。
Next up, we had here another tasting. They sold out the highest quality from the last year. Still, this one is fetching a relatively high price. In terms of quality, I think it's better than the previous one, especially considering the price, but we are not yet there. We are at another producer here, and they have sold out completely the tea from last year. They have just a few samples that we may try. The only tea that they have from the last year, only in small samples, is this one. However, it's pretty expensive, so we will just give it a try and then move to the next. So the tea was not worth the price. I wouldn't even consider buying it, even for 1/3 of that price. But it's good experience nonetheless to see what they are able to ask here. This area is pretty full of Dong Fan Mei Ren producers. If you wonder how are we able to find so many, well, it's different ways. First of all, you can just do a Google search here and you find some of them with the right keywords, sometimes in English, sometimes in Chinese. Also, we ask friends and friends of friends to give us suggestions. And moreover, when you just drive through, sometimes you just see sign. On top of that, when we are at some producer, we usually ask if they know someone else in other areas, and depending how flexible they are and willing to tell us, indeed there are situations where they give us suggestions. This one was suggested to us by some friends, and they are quite popular. They're not only quite popular, also their prices are super high. They don't have any more summer tea from last year, only winter tea, and we even didn't sit down to try it because their prices are completely out of this world. The same procedure again. I'm getting tired of asking always the same questions and getting always the same answers. Too expensive and not so good quality. This was a quick one. Also here, only tea from last winter, and the price was a little bit high. I don't even want to try it. And this spot is even touristic. There is a shop just next to the previous one. Let's go and ask. But I don't expect anything good here. In the touristic place, I even didn't try any tea. They had teas of every price range, but that was also quite suspicious. They are producers, but they have many visitors, and that speaks for fake tea coming from elsewhere. Anyway, Emei and Beipu, pretty disappointing, I would say, as expected. Nothing unexpected here, and that's also why in the previous day I actually visited more reliable places where really price and quality go hand in hand. While here the prices were a little bit up in the air, quality never there where it should be. So I would say I have enough of tea for this morning. Let's go for a cafe. Maybe the region has better cafe than tea. one with the fork and spoon.